Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from T.W White Sons Mazda. Okay, here we have today, taken in part exchange, a Mazda 6 2.2 diesel 180 PS, so the higher powered model, hatchback car. Okay, this is the sport trim, so top of the line, presented in Clearwater blue with the black half leather interior. Now, we always like to give a bit of background on the vehicles, because fortunately enough, about 75% of our cars do come from part exchange, and a lot of them are cars we've sold from new. Now, this is a part exchange. We've not sold this from new. This came from Perry's Mazda, but we sold it to we took this in part exchange against a Mazda 3 from a very nice gentleman in High Wycombe. So we brought the car back yesterday, and we're absolutely delighted with it. It was described exactly as it was, and it is a very, very nice car. Now, I've taken lots of photographs, so please do study them. But just to point out, the wheels are unmarked. Now, normally, when we get a car taken in part exchange, the first thing we have to do, obviously clean it, is do the wheels. Now, this car pretty much has come as it is. I did get my valeter to give it just a quick clean, but it really was just a sort of a service wash, a quick leather off. The car is lovely. So thank you, Mr. Customer. Thank you for your car. Now, these cars are very well equipped. They if you've not driven one of these, they drive superb, and the performance is outstanding. Okay, they've got privacy glass, you've got the half leather seats, heated seats, you've got the Bose stereo, hands-free, Bluetooth, you've got xenon lights, hence the washer jets. You've got front and rear parking sensors, and the list goes on. So let's start around the boot, and we'll work our way into the car, because it's very chilly today, so I can't wait to get inside. Now, these cars have a soft close boot. Okay, so I'll show you that in a sec. Now, you've got this absolutely enormous boot. Now, on the later car that was introduced, I think latter part of 2012, they did a saloon and estate. They got rid of the hatch, and a lot of people were very disappointed, because these are massive, and you've got these ingenious levers that will allow you to fold the rear seats down flat. Okay, so look at that, absolutely enormous. I mean, really, with a boot that size, you don't really need an estate car. So yeah, that was a real good selling point. Now, I've actually worked for T.W White Sons. It'll be 20 years next year in August. So I've had plenty of these as company cars. I always had a Mazda 6. I think they're the best car in our range, but that's my personal opinion. I do prefer a car, but these, I mean, if I was given one of these as my daily driver, I'd be delighted. They're super good on fuel. Performance is amazing, and they're so comfortable. Now, look at this. So you don't upset your neighbours, or if you're sneaking home at night and you don't want anyone to hear you. Did you see that? Okay, so you can literally, you don't have to slam your boot. Look, watch it now. It will sort of suck its way in. Do you see that? So now that's something I first saw on an estate Mercedes-Benz years ago. So the tailgate, you didn't have to slam it to shut it, which is, well, I think a fantastic feature. I think a lot of us forget that the cars have got them. I think it's very useful, and as you can see, it's survived the test of time, and it's not one of those things that will go wrong and give you any bother. So let's go inside the vehicle and explore what this has to offer. Now, before we hop in, I just want to point out, this car has smart keyless entry. Okay, so you don't even have to take the key out of your pocket to open it. You just press this button. As long as you've got the key in your pocket, the car will know, you know, you've got the key, and it will allow you to unlock it. That's something that's only coming as standard on our cars now. So this car is what, 12 years old almost. Now, you've got electric windows mirrors, you've got folding wing mirrors, you've got the Bose premium sound system, so you've got the extra speaker in the boot, you've got rear vehicle monitoring, something that was an option on our recent cars, now becoming standard on our cars. So if someone overtakes you, it'll light up here. Also on the other side, if someone undertakes you, just to warn you, don't pull out. You know, there's a hazard So an excellent feature. Safety features, I don't think you can have enough of them, and they're not too intrusive. And if it is, you can just switch it off with the press of a key. Okay, press of a button, sorry. Now back to the Bose sound system in the boot. Like a lot of cars these days, there's space for a spare wheel, but there isn't a spare wheel. But you'll notice there's an extra speaker in the boot that sits in the where the spare wheel would normally live. And if you do opt for a spare wheel, if you do want a spare wheel, it also lives in the spare wheel. But that's that extra speaker that gives the extra sort of clarity, the extra bass. I'm not saying you're going to be one of these people driving down the road and boom, boom, boom. No, it's just for real quality clarity. So it's a real excellent feature that these Mazda 6 sport models have. Right, so I'm going to start the car up. Now, we have 2 keys with the car, okay? Now, see, back in the era, it was only the Sport with the keyless that had these keys. These keys were used up to, only a couple of years ago, okay? So you got your boot release here. You can turn off the motion sensor in the car if you were to lock the car and leave somebody in it, an animal or, you know, a passenger. It's keyless. You put your foot on the clutch. Clutch feels beautiful, by the way. Normally, after about 60, 70,000 miles, you can get sort of clutches that feel a little bit, there's no real feeling there. This feels just like I remember them when they were new, when I used to get my demo with about 7 miles on it. So press this button here. Car fires into life. Okay, now this car has done 61,838 miles. Okay, now I'm going to share this with you. This is the service history. Now Mazda employ a digital service record, so you know nobody can forge servicing. If you lost it, you can just get a printout. Now look at this. Perry's Mazda in Preston, okay, did the PDI when it had 18 miles back in June 11. Then in May 12, the first service. April 13, the second service. April 14, the third service. April 15, the fourth service. That's all Perry's. Perry's again in 16, again in 17, okay, again in 18, again in 19, and again. So look, this has always been serviced by the supplying dealer. Last done in Feb 2020, okay, at 46,679 miles when our customer bought the car. Now, our customer has done a couple of oil changes since he's had the car, because he's done, what's he done? 4 to 50, 14, 50, so that's 16,000 miles. But we will do another service on this car, and there'll be an extra record in here. So look at that, absolutely beautiful service history. All right, and that's all from Mazda there, okay? And that really, you know, goes to show really when you drive these and you feel these, it's really been cherished, this vehicle. It really has. Now, 6-speed gearbox, okay? Heated seats, got low and high settings for the front passengers. Climate control, yeah, and it's dual zone, all right? So you can, no more arguments about it's too hot, it's too cold. Quick demist front screen, okay? You've got a very good quality stereo, all right. 6 CD changer. Oh my God, it's got a 6 CD changer. I don't even have 6 CDs, but if you do, there we go. In here, you've got an auxiliary jack, so you can plug in your more modern, you know, iPod, etc. But what most of us would do, we would press this button here and set up the Bluetooth, which we'll do for the next customer. It's a little bit clumsy, I'll be honest, but I remember doing it. You do it over voice control. You press a button, you say pair phone, etc., and you can pair, I think, up to 7 phones, okay? And then when you've paired your phone, you can stream some music through it because you've got some control here. So this car, even though it's 10 years old, it's still got the communication, the connectivity is what I mean, off our newer cars, okay? So you can probably tell by the excitement in my voice. I'm really excited about this car. Rear vehicle monitoring, covered that. Let's just check our wing mirrors. They're all working as they should. Okay. You've got some cup holders here. You've got, I was going to say glasses holders there. You've got your vanity lights there that are illuminated. It's just a very nice car. You've got ISOFIX anchorages on the 2 outer rear seats. All right, and you've got up, down, in and out, okay, on the steering column. All right, so if there's any more photographs or any more videos you'd like us to do on this vehicle, please don't hesitate to ask. No matter how small, you know, we're here to please, we're here to help. If there's something you'd like me to find out about the car that I haven't explained in this video or shown in the photos, just give us a shout. And do try it any time of day. If it's out of business hours and you still want to call us, please feel free, leave a message. We pick them up because I get emailed the messages, okay, and I'm always looking at my emails. You can alternatively, you can send us an email, but we're open 7 days a week, okay? And as I say, we're here to help to make the whole experience as pleasant, as fair, as enjoyable as possible. Okay, now the car will come with a 12-month Mazda warranty. So I'd imagine a lot of people looking at this sort of age of Mazda 6 will be buying them from independent car lots. This is being supplied by a Mazda dealer. This was a proper Mazda used approved vehicle. Okay, so it'll have a comprehensive warranty, which won't have a city claim limit on it, and it will have not a bare bones roadside assistance policy, but a comprehensive one that will be home start, European cover, etc., etc. Okay, so we've got the 12-month warranties covered. We have finance facilities. We have the facility to extend warranties for up to 3 years, and the car will go through the workshop just to make sure everything's tickety-boo. It will be serviced. It will be MOT'd. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.